Hi, Madbronco here, back for another sim racing video. This time we've stepped it up a little bit, something a little bit faster. So I think we're getting to the driver's seat, get the engine started. Yes, this week we're racing the Chevrolet Montana pickup truck. I mean, who doesn't like pickup truck racing? Going for the same format as before. So I think we're getting into gear, get out on the out lap, start qualifying, make the most of this 15-minute session, which will obviously lead us into a 15-lap race. Oh, okay. Red light on the pit lane. We're a bit not ready for us yet. Oh, that's okay. The light's changed to green. Let's go. So yeah, we've stepped it up a little bit this week. It's a V8 opposed to the 6-cylinder in the Opala from the last video, so it sounds a bit different. Obviously full roll cage, got a digital dash this time, and we're at Cascavel, another South American circuit where these trucks have actually raced for real. So I think it makes quite a nice match. I have had a little practice already around this circuit, so I have learnt it. It's a circuit I didn't know before. Obviously get a feel for the trucks as well. So we'll make our way on the out lap down this long back straight. A little bit of elevation change on this circuit. Some interesting corners. The first corner is pretty interesting, as you'll see in a second. Go into it with relatively high speed, about 100 miles an hour. Have to sort of pedal the throttle a little bit to maintain the speed. So right, let's start our first qualifying lap. It's quite tricky, this corner, quite fast, sort of downhill. So yeah, so like I say, I'm going to stick to the same format as the first video. 15-minute lap qualifying, 15-lap race, and kind of commentate pretty much all the time on what's going on. Oh, yeah, this is quite tricky. I've noticed the window pillar there on the left is quite wide, and a couple of the left-handers it's a little bit tricky to see the apex. So that'd be interesting to see how we get on. So we come up to complete our first qualifying lap. I'm sure we'll go provisional pole. Yeah, as we're the only car to complete a lap. I'm not sure whether there's any other cars out yet. Haven't seen. Oh yeah, you can see on the map up on the left, which I've actually left on by mistake. I used that to kind of help me learn the circuit. When I'm practicing, I forgot to turn it off. Oh well, we'll have that for this this video. Still got the split thing at the top of the screen, so at the moment we're up a little bit on this second lap. Oh blimey, whoa, a little bit too much curb there. Ooh, lucky to hang on to that. Wow. Not something I experienced in practice, but anyway, as you can see from the little map, which is what I was saying, there's quite a few cars out. At the moment we've dropped down to 7th. Obviously we lost our advantage on that lap with our mistake there on the curb, so this lap's pretty much of no use. So we're already up on this first lap. I think there's quite a lot of time to be lost or gained through that first corner. Like I say, you want to try and maintain quite a bit of speed. Just feeling a bit faster. Oh blimey, we're down to 12 as more cars come out. I've actually gone a bit crazy with this video. The paint schemes, you know, the skins for the cars weren't that inspiring in the original game, so I looked up the actual paint schemes from the real cars. I had a little bit of spare time, so I've painted 25 of the real paint schemes, which I'm obviously using in this video. Well, this is a pretty good lap, 2 seconds up. Oh, it takes us to 10. Wow. So yeah, so all the cars are painted like the original cars, and I've used the original drivers' names as well, which obviously you can see on the right of the screen, which you probably can't see that well because I've got my overlay of me over it. But anyway, so yeah, so the cars look pretty good, and they are pretty fun to drive actually. Around this circuit, like I say, I've been enjoying having a little practice at it. Oh, a little bit wide there. It's not going to help this lap. Oh, not lost too much. As you can see, we're down to 13th, 14th. So yeah, so there's actually 25 other cars in this race. What's that going to do for us? Half a lap up, half a second up. Oh, puts in second. Nice lap. I think we'll take that for the moment. What I might do is similar to the first video, put in a handful of laps, try and get what I consider to be maybe my best lap, take a break, and then come out for a little couple of laps at the end. So we'll cruise round to the pits, have a look at the lap times, obviously try and keep out of the way of other cars. There's one coming up behind us at the moment. We'll get a glimpse of one of the other cars. I'll flash by pretty quick to see the paint scheme on that car. I will be making the skins available in a skin pack download once this video goes out, which I will probably upload to somewhere like Race Department or somewhere like that if anybody's interested. So right, let's negotiate this pit lane, get into our pit box. Oh, we're already down to third. Have a look at the times, see how much time we got left, and decide what we're going to do for the second half of qualifying. There's obviously the car we're driving today. Oh, there's the one that caught up with us and buzzed past, the blue and yellow one. So we've got 6.5 minutes, just over 6.5 minutes left. Oh, we've been knocked down to 4th while we're sitting in the pits. So what are we from pole? 3/10. I'd be quite happy to start in 4th. Well, obviously I'd like to start up as high as I can, but I'll take 4th out of 26 cars. So I think we'll sit here for a minute or two. Probably go out with a couple of minutes to run of qualifying, so I can get a lap hopefully at least 2 laps in. So let's see what happens in the next minute or so, see if we get knocked down any further. So we ran a 1:10.2, which I think is kind of round about where I was running in practice. So like I say, I'll quite happily take 4th. Second row of the grid. Obviously we've got to see what the other 25 cars can do. Somebody could go faster than us. I think we'll go now, see if I'm getting 2 or 3 laps. Not many cars out, as you can see from the little track map. Well, there's the 4 cars out, so I'm sure that could be quite interesting, trying to qualify with all 26 cars out at once.
All clear. Go,
It's
go,
not the
go.
longest of circuits, so I think that would be quite tricky to find some space to get in a clean lap. At the moment, like I say, there's only 4 other cars. Oh, another car's coming out behind us. So we'll see what we can do, see if we can improve. Still holding 4th at the moment. So let's get round on our out lap. Try and avoid the curbs as much as I can. Yeah, that was a bit of a scary moment there. Nearly turned it around on this curb coming up on this first left-hander here, the 2 left-handers here at the top of the circuit. As you can see, it's quite tricky to see the apex. Can't see it at all on this corner, so you can turn in too early, almost like I was there. Because it's quite a wide door pillar, windscreen pillar there on the left side. A few more cars coming out now. Right, let's get up to full throttle, top gear, see what we can do. That is a very interesting corner, that. Quite tricky, that first corner. Like I said, you can lose or gain. I mean, already we're quite a lot down on this lap. Careful on the curb. Wow, we're almost a second down on this lap already. This lap won't be moving us up. So the second lap will be a little bit better. Looks like we're in some pretty clean air. Nobody behind us too close, nobody in front too close, so let's go for a second lap, see what we can do. Oh, that's pretty nice through that first corner, and we still lost time. That felt pretty good actually. We still lost time. Perhaps I'm not going to pick up any or mess that corner. Oh, blimey, mess this corner up completely. Well, that's blown this lap pretty much. Yeah, perhaps we're not going to improve. Perhaps I've peaked already. Oh well. Any laps, good experience. Oh, we've gone down to 5th. Somebody's jumped ahead of us. Puts back onto the 3rd row of the grid. This is quite an interesting corner as well, the last corner. You kind of push, if you get that just right, I feel you can push through there pretty quick. And obviously sets you up for the start-finish straight. Not very good this time, a little bit wide. Maybe not too bad. As a car comes out just in front of us from the pit lane. I think we're going to be in 5th. We're certainly not going to improve on this lap. Certainly not with a car in front of us that close. So I think we'll be just putting these, well, what are we now, 3rd lap. Oh blimey, don't get up on, oh, it's so easy to take too much curve, especially these where you can't really see them. Oh, steady. That's it, I think I'm going to take the checker flag this lap. So like I was saying before, I was getting a little bit out of shape there. We'll just take these 3 laps as a little bit of, oh blimey, what have you slowed down so much? That's it. So 3 laps, just as a little bit of experience. So that's it. 5th place on the grid, we'll take that. Can't complain. So we'll head into the race, like I say, same format as last time, 15 lap race. Should be pretty interesting with 20, well we make 26, but 25 other cars on the circuit. Right, okay, so here we are, it's time to race. We've done qualifying. As you could see there, we was 5th on the grid, so 3rd row. So it's just going to run through this little sequence of the corners of the circuit, and then we should be on the grid ready to start. So here we go, in car. Like I say, 3rd row on the grid, 1st gear, let's go. Green flag, whoa, hello, what's happened to all my revs? Well, that's not a very good start, is it? Looks like we're going to lose a couple of places. Blue one's going to go down the inside, is he? Yep. Oh, bit of backwards and forwards there. Am I ahead, is it? Yeah, he's ahead. Okay, well we've made it through the 1st corner. Lost a couple of places off the start. Not really quite sure what happened there. Pretty long train of cars ahead and behind us. Right, so we've made it through the first couple of corners, incident free. Don't think we're getting there. Careful on this curb. There's the curb that nearly spun me around in qualifying. Whoa, blimey. A little bit wide there. Oh, wow, oh dear. Yeah, a little bit messy there. Managed to hold on. Didn't lose any places. Lost a little bit of ground to the blue car in front. And I'm saying car, but actually pickup trucks. That's pretty nice through the last corner. Right, so that's 1 lap down, 14 to go. Let's get down to racing, seeing what we can do to make up the places we lost at the start and maybe even improve. I do like the sound of this pickup truck. Ooh, not the best corner there, not too bad. Yeah, I do like the sound of this truck. So at the moment we're pretty static. Gap between the truck in front and the truck behind. Whoa, whoa, steady. Not quite close enough to take advantage of that by the looks of it. We're catching. Well, we might be. Let's try down the inside. Can he hold? Got him. Oh, a little bit wide on the exit. Got it. I'll take that. Yeah, it looked like he got up on the curb a bit too much there. Did similar to what we did in qualifying. So that's made up one place. A little bit of ground to make up to the cars. Oh, I'm going to say cars this whole video, aren't I? To the truck in front. Come on, hold it together. Looks like they've dropped back a little bit behind. So we haven't got to worry about them too much. I do like the rear view mirror in this truck. Big wide rear view mirror. Don't have to move your head to see the whole view in the mirror. So let's get our head down now and try and catch these in front. What are we from the truck in front? Just over a second. So we've got a little bit of work to do to catch up. Not really making much ground at the moment. Hopefully if we can put in a couple of good corners we might be able to catch him. Made up a little bit of ground there. Looks like they're getting further behind, the truck behind, so let's keep our eyes on the road ahead. Whoa, another one getting up on the curb with a lot closer this time. Can we take advantage? Got better speed down the straight. I'm not even going to be able to take him into the corner. Careful. See if we can keep on the back of him now. Now we're under half a second behind him. Don't really think the first corners would be that easy to try and overtake somebody. There's so much speed into that corner. So we'll have to look somewhere else. Oh, someone's chucked up the dust there. Got a little bit wide. No, not quite. Oh, let's go for it. He's still there. Got him. Oh no. Oh. I think we might have touched. He was right there on my outside. I think we might have touched. I'm not sure. So I got the place and then lost the place. Did some grass cutting at the same time. Oh, that was a bit hairy scary. That could have ended in disaster. So that slowed both of us up. Car, truck even. Behind kind of caught a little bit. Still not anything to worry about. So let's have another go. See if I can hold it together a bit better this time when I try and overtake him. Oh, that was a bit of a disaster. Missed the apex completely there. More dust being chucked up by the looks of it. That's better through there. I didn't have a truck on my outside. Possibly giving me a little nudge. Lost a little bit of ground to him in front, nearly a second out, second behind. close enough at the moment to dive bomb him anywhere. You wouldn't really be able to overtake him to this right-hander anyway, but it's mostly the next 3 corners I think are the best corners to try and overtake. Not quite close enough. Ooh, maybe, no, not quite. Messed myself up a little bit there. Lost a little bit of ground. They're not really gaining behind, so that's okay. They're probably holding each other up because they're in a pretty long line of cars. That wasn't too bad. Like I say, I don't really think this first corner is... Oh, sorry mate.
Hold your line.
Oh, perhaps you can overtake into the first corner. But try not to hit the truck at the same time. Luckily he didn't go off. Kind of misjudged that a little bit. Alright, come on, hold it together. We've got past him. Could say it was maybe a little bit dirty, but it wasn't my intention to hit him. At least he didn't go off, so maybe we'll call that a racing incident. Right, see what we can do to these in front. We're back up to our start position of 5th. Two together in front. Maybe we might be able to get 2 for the price of 1, like I did in the last race. I'm not sure around here though, but let's see what we can do. Got 2 seconds to catch up yet. If I catch them at all, oh my god, what, oh dear. Too wide there in the first corner. Oh blimey, they're catching. That's okay. Not going to get past. Oh, that was a bit of a scary moment. So I lost my 5th place. Now I've got the blue car truck a lot closer. Blimey, that first corner, that is a tricky corner. Well, that was interesting, wasn't it? Careful on them curbs. I think the curbs on these top 2 corners, I don't know, they're quite high, but they take too much. It certainly unsettles the truck. Right, well, we're kind of safe from the blue and yellow. Oh, too wide again in the last corner. It's not going to help me any, is it? As I was saying, we're pretty safe from the truck behind. See if I can do anything with this truck in front. If I can negotiate the first corner. Just about a second behind. So see if we can get back up to 5th. I think if anything that would be our best result from this race now. 10 laps in, 5 to go. Yeah, that was a bit optimistic, wasn't it? Oh, blimey. Nearly turned it around. Come on, I'd rather end up 6th than 16th. Let's try and hold it together. Nice bit of speed through there, although not too bad an exit. First corner lunge, no, not quite. Oh, there's a gap, let's go. Nice.
Still there, clear right.
Yeah, I'll take that, that was nice, I enjoyed that. I don't think we had a chance there, but he kind of drifted out wide, so yeah, nice. So we're now nearly 3 seconds behind the pair in front. So I'll be very surprised if we catch them. At least we're back to where we started. Oh, looks like somebody's taken a bit of dirt again. Kicked up the dirt. So we've got past the truck behind us and we've gapped him a little bit, so that's okay. Ooh, steady. A little bit wide there. That is quite tricky, that last corner. You want to try and carry as much speed as you can, obviously, for the start-finish straight. Just keep it on the track. Nice. Yeah, nice. Very nice. So he's not catching behind. Well, we've got about a second gap. Taking a little bit out of the two in front. That's not very good. That's not going to help me. I don't think I'm going to catch them though. But as they always say, when you watch the racing on the TV, it's one thing catching, it's another thing overtaking. Oh, we've gained a little bit. Oh yeah, of course, we've gained a little bit going through the corner. We've gained half a second. Oh no, we're losing it now. I've certainly gapped him behind. That's out to nearly 2 seconds. So let's see what we can do in those last couple of laps. Not a lot, I don't think. Like I say, I think I'll be lucky if I even catch the rules. Not again. Oh, no. It's a little bit wide there. Oh, visions of going off again. But out of 26, quite pleased with starting in 5th and looks like finishing in 5th. Oh, we're down 2 seconds, catching a little bit. They are probably holding each other up a little bit. Obviously one trying to attack and the first one trying to defend. Oh wow, they are holding each other up. Down to 1.5 seconds. Maybe there is a chance. Oh, I'm not doing things like that, there won't be. Again, a nice run through the last corner. Just under 1.5 seconds gap. Oh, a little bit of a gap in between them. What have we got, about just under 2 laps? Will I be able to catch the one in front? On the 1.2. Let's see. I think this could well be it. No problem with the truck behind. It's just the dot in the wing mirror, rear view mirror. Come on. Yeah, I lost a little bit there, by the looks of it. So we start the last lap. Oh, blimey, I'm back at the 2 seconds on the truck in front. Well, like I say, out of 26 trucks, I'll take 5th place. We haven't quite made it to a podium yet, but it's only my 2nd sim race. Oh, we caught up a little bit there, somehow. Don't really know how. I don't think we're going to catch them. If I couldn't catch them in 4 or 5 laps, I'm not going to catch them in a couple of corners on this last lap. So they've slowed each other up again. Look, we're down to 1 second. concentrate and keep this 5th place. As we take the last corner, we take the checkered flag. That's 5th place. And try and remember to change gear as well.
Alright, the crew is preparing for
Oh, well, that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that. Bit of everything in that race. Didn't particularly enjoy going off on the first corner, but yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I enjoyed racing it. Get to see a little bit of some of the skins there on a few of the trucks, which, like I say, I will be putting out as a skin pack shortly.
Car left.
So yeah, so
Keep right.
hope you enjoyed that. Like I say,
Hold
I
your
certainly
line.
enjoyed that,
Still there.
and I hope you'll join me for another sim race
Keep
next
right.
time. See you soon,
Hold your line.
and enjoy your racing.